Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Valerie Saunders. I'm with the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. Welcome to another one of our great webinars. Today is a webinar featuring Aduvo. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. This session is being recorded. Approximately 24 hours from the end of today's session, you'll receive an email directly from Zoom with a link to access the recording. In addition, if you have any questions throughout today's presentation, please click that Q&A box at the bottom of your Zoom toolbar, and you'll be able to type in a question, and they'll stop periodically to go over everything with you. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Travis Lewis with Aduvo.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I think we can, 11:04, we can go ahead and get started. So I'm Travis Lewis. I head up business development at Aduvo. Before working at Aduvo, I was actually a loan originator for about 10 years. And after that, I transitioned into the mortgage fintech space, where I've been for the last 9 years. Joining me is Mike Williams, our business development manager, and Matthew Vaughn, our Aduvo product specialist. Mike will be manning the Q&A, so please post your questions in that question section, and he'll be sure to answer. And Matthew will be doing a live demonstration on our incredibly easy to use campaign builder later on. Meet Morgan. She's busy taking loan applications, structuring income, pre-qualifying, building loan files for processing, and working with underwriters to clear conditions, all while keeping everyone updated throughout the loan process. But if Morgan wants to close more loans, she needs to stay in touch with her client base. Former borrowers, prospects, leads, realtors. Morgan actually had tried a mortgage-specific CRM, as it had great mortgage-specific content, and it was loaded with features. During that process, Morgan had 9 or 10 meetings with their new CRM company. The more she learned about all the complexities, the more overwhelmed she became. And after a few weeks, the setup was complete. But she still needed some help. Unfortunately, she found that the support wasn't all that great, as she wasn't one of their larger customers. They suggested paying $200 an hour for their professional services. So she looked at some of the easier to use CRMs on the market, but they didn't include any mortgage related content. Plus, these systems didn't read the data in her loan origination software. She was going to have to create new content and then export the data out of her loan software and into her CRM software. Not just once, but really month after month. Maybe you've heard like UWM Brand 360. That's a pretty awesome marketing tool. It's free, but it's really not in the same ballpark as Aduvo. Brand 360 gives you some tools for creating flyers and social media posts, and they'll send you notifications about loan anniversaries or when a borrower can drop MI. Brand 360 sends you reminders so you can go out and do those manual tasks. There is no automation, and there's no SMS or email campaign builder. So that's why we built Aduvo. We create content for Aduvo every month, and it's made for borrowers and realtors, so you can close more loans. Aduvo reads all the loan details, from interest rate and loan amount to birthdays and closing dates. So there is no importing or exporting data. It's reading all that data on your loan origination server. This is the only way we can offer true set it and forget it marketing. Aduvo is the most user-friendly mortgage marketing automation platform on the market that I've seen. And if you invest 15 minutes with us, we can activate comprehensive lead nurturing campaigns and loan status alerts. Then you're finished. Aduvo will keep running in the background and you'll never have to log into Aduvo again. If you're thinking of, maybe you'll make a switch, maybe from Point Central and you want to move to Arrive, it's not a problem with Aduvo. We can disconnect Aduvo from Point Central and then connect it to Arrive or any of the other loan origination software systems we integrate with. So your marketing won't miss a beat if you do make that transition. Also, we don't charge setup fees or support fees. We don't charge you when you need to transition a Aduvo to a loan software platform. We offer the most comprehensive support at no additional cost. We don't use overseas customer service agents. When you call us, you'll be talking to one of our employees like Matthew that has extensive experience in marketing, the mortgage industry, and of course, is an expert in Aduvo. So what does this magic look like? Morgan goes to our website and starts a free trial. Takes less than a minute to sign up. We schedule your welcome call where we will collect some information about your company, upload your logo, maybe your personal headshot, and then we'll walk you through our campaigns. You decide which campaigns you want to activate. And she's live. So 3 easy steps. It takes 15 minutes. We're happy to spend more time with you if you want. Maybe you want to change some of the campaigns. Maybe you want to make them your own. Maybe you want to build a campaign from scratch. We're there to help you. So what happens next? Morgan just goes back to working as she normally does. She creates new loan files, and after she hits save, Aduvo will analyze the new data and decide what information it should send. So after your 15-minute setup call, you'll have real-time loan status alerts, monthly borrower newsletters, plus birthday and holiday campaigns. So one way to add value to your business is loan status alerts. We've built campaigns for both email and text message alerts. From the clients I've worked with, what they've told me is real estate agents absolutely love the loan status updates, especially via text message. This doesn't mean you shouldn't call them too. It's not to replace that verbal, communication, but you can call and tell them everything is going great with the loan. But when they get those official text messages, you're adding an extra layer of comfort for that realtor. They're going to sleep better at night knowing that the loan's on track, their clients are taken care of. And from the realtors I've talked to, they'll never get annoyed with loan status alert messages. And they have to opt in anyways, so you're not going to be bothering anyone with, text messages if they don't want to receive them. However, that agent will start giving you all of their loans. They might tell their realtor coworkers about your loan status alerts, and that's a great way to get more realtor partners that want to give you loans. If we add the buyer's agent and listing agent to your loan file, they'll automatically receive those monthly newsletters for realtors. Our newsletter for realtors are jam-packed with educational articles from websites like Realtor.com, Redfin, HubSpot, CFPB, and these are really great articles, and they're meant to help realtors grow their business. It's super high-quality content. Loan status alerts and newsletters that go out to the listing agent that you may or may not know is another great way to get another realtor partner. And now Morgan enjoys happier clients, more referrals, and she hasn't spent any additional time. She hasn't had to hire more staff, and she's not adding any complicated tools. She doesn't have to install software. She doesn't have to, install that Chrome browser extension. She's done. So what do? We do our rapid setup. It's 10 minutes. All your campaigns are activated. Right after that, we start importing all of your historical loan data out of your loan software and into Aduvo. And then we immediately, after your setup call, any new loans you add to your loan software will be uploaded into Aduvo within 5 minutes. That's it. You never have to log into Aduvo again if you don't want to. You just work normally in your loan origination system, and Aduvo does the rest. There is one caveat to that, though, the loan status alerts. You need to complete the loan status fields in your loan origination system in order for those messages to go out. When you fill in the field, it triggers the message. So if you forget to add a loan status, no big deal. They won't get that message, but they probably won't notice. If you're not interested in doing loan status alerts for whatever reason, we'll leave that campaign off. You're in complete control over what campaigns go out. So what is Aduvo's role? We've partnered with a marketing company that specializes in content for borrowers and realtors. We've partnered with a third-party compliance company. Their job is to make sure that every message in Aduvo is compliant with the CCFB and the FFIEC in all 50 states. All of our email templates have been tested on desktop, mobile, Outlook, Gmail, and even Yahoo and AOL to ensure those emails are always properly formatted when your clients get them. We partnered with a company that registers your company with the organizations that control the email network. Their job is to make sure your emails don't go to spam and that your email address isn't flagged as a spam sender. One of the things we'll do is we can go and check your DNS records, wherever you bought your domain from, probably GoDaddy. We could pop in there and make sure that your SPF records, your DKIM, your PTR, they're all filled out correctly. And we'll make any adjustments as necessary. And the emails will come from your email address. And when a prospect replies, it goes to your inbox. We maintain your lists. If you enable our pre-qual campaign, maybe we'll send a series of emails to that borrower that you pre-qualed because they might spend the next 6 months shopping for a house. But as soon as you get that signed purchase contract, we'll stop sending them messages about shopping for a home, and we'll switch over to the campaign about their loan status alerts. Finally, we set the schedule. We make sure that the emails go out at the right time to the right person. We've added some protections into the system to ensure a prospect or a borrower will never get duplicate messages. That would be embarrassing. I know some originators might have 3 copies of the same loan file. You're working up different scenarios. We have a deduplication system that ensures borrowers and co-borrowers don't get the same email twice. We've also designed the software so that let's say a mortgage broker can't accidentally send an email to one of their, LO's clients. That'd be embarrassing. That LO probably wouldn't be happy with their broker if some message went out from the broker to their client. Each file in the loan origination software has an owner, whose name is on that 1003. So it's absolutely impossible for a loan officer to log into Aduvo and accidentally send a message to a contact that doesn't belong to them. So we've really made Aduvo foolproof. After that, you hit go. After you hit go, the most effective way to stay top of mind with your clients is with consistent communication. We need to make those touch points, and we have a few different ways of doing that. With our basic set it and forget it campaigns, we're doing birthdays. We have a newsletter specifically for borrowers, another newsletter for realtors. We're sending out holiday messages and loan anniversaries, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to send. You can send all of them or just one. It's up to you how many touch points you want to make. Do you want to change maybe the wording in our newsletters, or do you want to ensure the listing agent isn't getting those loan status alerts? Everything's customizable. You can start from scratch and build your own email or text message campaign with our easy to use email template and campaign builder. Matthew, do you want to go ahead and give us a little live demonstration?
Sure. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen all right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Here, maybe I need to stop sharing. Now I can.
Oh, here, let me.
You just had it.
There we go. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt. I will be demoing the platform today. Now that you've seen how the product works on a level from Travis, I will be demonstrating how to build some content from scratch in the site, and I'll also just quickly glance over how to enable some content that's already in the website. So we'll go ahead and just start off here in the dashboard just to kind of show you around a little bit of where you need to go to access certain features of the site. Starting here, I'm on the dashboard. You'll notice there are some metrics here. I can change this around to kind of show you what it would look like after you've sent out some content. And all this really is just me changing the date of content that's been sent. So I set it to year to date just to give you an example. You have some buttons that are interactable here, like birthdays this week. If I click this, it would actually show me that user's birthday and so on. Up here at the top, we got the marketing drop down. This is where most people spend a lot of their time, especially if you're working with custom content. This is just pretty straightforward. We have some recommended content. We have the quick start content. A lot of stuff in here is kind of falls under that set it and forget it category that Travis mentioned earlier. We keep it up to date for you. New content's created as well in there. Active content's just everything that you have enabled, and of course, a section for the content that you have created. People and loans here. This is where you can create custom lists in the website. You don't have to build a list outside of the website and import it. You can actually create it from the context that exists in the website. I'll go over that a little bit more here towards the end of the demonstration when I'm setting up a custom list. Over here, create new. This is just a quick start for creating new content. Excuse me. We got campaigns, emails, SMS text messages. You can import your contacts if you had an external Excel sheet. Maybe you exported from another CRM or Constant Contact or something like that. And we have a individual create contact section as well if you wanted to add someone manually to the website. Over here under my initials, you'll see you have a profile. This would be yours. This is where you'd upload things like your headshot. If you wanted to add your NMLS in there, you could do that as well. Company profile, it's where all your company information will be. All of that information will be automatically synced up with your templates in the website. So if you had to change addresses or maybe your work phone number changed, you change it in there, it'll automatically change for all of the content in the website for you. Manage users. This is where you'd add additional loan officers or maybe marketing team, administrators. They can all be managed inside of there. And that's about it for the dashboard. We'll go ahead and jump into creating that marketing piece. So I'll start up here at create new, click on email for this example. And you would just fill out the information here with the asterisk. So you would do, for example, demo. You can add a category to it, and say like newsletter, for example, and a subject line. For time's sake, I went ahead and just created one site over here, just so we don't have to go through a couple of screens there. Let's see, this same screen is filled out. And you will see this is the template editor. It's pretty straightforward. It's essentially just building blocks. You can add structures to the template here just by simply dragging and dropping it. I will just throw an image in there for this example. And if you click on that new container that you added with the image in it, it'll give you some options. You can either use one of the images we have uploaded to the site that anyone can use, or you can also upload your own image from your computer. We'll just use this for example. We have some other options here. So if I click anywhere in this text box versus demonstration, you'll notice this left-hand side has populated with settings. You can do things like change the background color. You can change the text color, padding, line spacement, and so on, or line placement. If I wanted to move this over there, very straightforward. It's like any other text editor you used in the past. We have things like your social media, if you wanted to add those. You can add links to them, and even buttons. So if you wanted to maybe have a button linked to a calculator on your website, you could do that very easily by just putting a button in here, putting in that link to your website, and then in the email when the client receives it, all they have to do is click on it and it'll redirect them where they need to go. Any of this is editable. So if, for example, if you didn't like the background color here, you can, my mouse isn't being weird. Let's do this. There we go. You can change the text color. Pretty simple. So just clicking back and forth, it's like building blocks. Pretty simple. You have a preview email and you can send yourself a test email as well. So let's go ahead and say this template is how you want it to look and you're satisfied. Go ahead and click save on that. And let's go ahead and design a scenario where you want to reach a specific group of contacts that you own. So I'm going to go into this people and loans here. This is where your contacts will show up. Let's go to all contacts. And let's say from your LOS, you want to reach contacts that have a note rate. Let's just say just ballpark and throw 4 and 8%. We apply that. That will then query the information that's been pulled up from your LOS and filter it in a way where it's only going to show those contacts that meet this exact requirement. And you can add as many of these filters as you want. So if you wanted to, for example, only reach the contacts that have a closed loan date, you can do that as well. And we'll just say, let's do is greater than or equal to, let's just go all the way back. July, for example. There we go. So these are everyone in the system. This is a test tenant, so the data is all test. But you'll see that all of these contacts will have a note rate between 4 and 8%, and the close date for their files after the 7th month of 2023. So you can see that it's narrowed down from about 1,000 results here to 41. And let's say you wanted to send this specific list that message we designed earlier. All you'd have to do is click save here. Just do demo 48%. There we go. And that just saved the list to the site. So if you ever wanted to come back to this or add more filters to it, maybe you just wanted to edit the filter to broaden the range or narrow the range further, you can do that. And let's say we're satisfied with this list here. You can just click send a campaign. It's going to take us to some settings here. We're going to name it demonstration campaign, give it a category. Let's just say this is a reminder email. Here, it allows you to actually select the users that can use it. So if you wanted to, maybe you just wanted to go out from you and you didn't want the loan officers under you to also send it out, or maybe you had a few specific people that wanted to go out, you can do that as well just by simply selecting their names in here. Just do those 3. And then it'll ask you who you want it to come from. Generally, contact owners, the best way to go. Anyone who comes up into the site from your LOS and you're the owner on that file or you're the originator on that file, in the LOS, it'll automatically assign you as the contact owner. So we'll just click new. Next. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, campaign name already exists. Let's do this thing. There we go. And here you'll see it is using that list we created, the demo 4 to 8% note rate. And here you're actually able to select the type of contacts within that list. So if you didn't want it to go out to the agents and they exist in that list, you can actually just not select them. If you wanted it to go out to everyone, you could do that. So you'll have things like agents, co-borrowers, borrowers, realtors, and so on. This is just so you can, excuse me one second. There we go. This is so you can just send a duplicate email or copy that email to the user if you wanted to send it to the processor or loan officer. And you got your standard BCC and CC settings here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and click next. And let's go ahead and find that message we sent. So I just named that message we created earlier as demo. You can see it here. You just click add to campaign, click next. And then it will ask you to schedule that message. Scheduler has a few options you can use. You have some things like status quick picks. These are for specifically the loan statuses in your LOS. So if you wanted to send something out, unclosed or suspension or anything in here will work. Initial disclosure request, clear to close date, for example. So once that is satisfied in the LOS, it'll then send a signal to Aduvo to fulfill that message sent. So we'll go ahead and look through these a few more. We have all the holidays in here for you. We have a custom date. This is self-explanatory. You just click on a day and specific time and it'll send out. And then we also have repeating content as well. If it has a time frame here, if you wanted something to send out weekly or monthly, maybe you want it to go out on the first Sunday of every month or first Tuesday of every month, you can do that. It works very well for newsletters specifically. And then you can even give it an ending date. So it stops after 3 months. So we'll just say that's a good schedule. Save it. And we'll go next. It'll ask you if you want to activate. Do that. So here is the final page of the campaign. You can always come here and edit it. I'll show you how to get here in a moment. So you have some options here under campaign details. You can edit anything we just went over at any point after the campaign has been created just by clicking this little purple arrow or purple pencil icon. And you'll see these are the options we just selected a few moments ago. So it's all editable. You can also come here. You'll have this top metric up here is for the whole campaign. So if you had multiple messages, this would keep track of everything simultaneously. And then if you actually expand the template by clicking on it, you'll have an individual metric for that campaign as well. There is a message log and a report tab I will also go into here in a second. You can re-edit the schedule. So maybe you want to change it to be a specific date and time. You can do that. Save it. And you'll see down here, be a little small, scroll in. You can see down here, it has changed to that date I just set it for. You can re-edit your message, you can replace it, preview, delete the standard options here. And all the way up here, above campaign details, you'll see a report tab. This is kind of just a very at a glance report of how it's been functioning and going out. So it'll keep track, maybe it bounced from a couple people. You can actually see who those clients were. Maybe their email is non-existent anymore, or maybe they just rejected it for some reason. You have your opens and clicks. Opens is if they just click on that email and they read it. Clicked is if they interacted with something in your email. As I mentioned before, if you had a calculator or something in there, if they had clicked on it, it would then record them as a clicked contact. And then here under message log, you would have essentially just more in-depth information on the individual who received it. You'll be able to see their name, email, the message name they received, and the activity over here where you can see if they opened, clicked it, if it bounced, maybe they haven't opened it yet, and the received date. So pretty straightforward here and very helpful information. You can even go as far to export this list, people who have received the message, and you could use that further if maybe you wanted to send a follow-up campaign to them or something. Anyways, that just about concludes the demonstration. If you guys have any questions, you can use that Q&A chat. I'll be keeping an eye out as well. And thank you. Passing it back to Travis.
Thanks, Matthew. All right. All right, can you see my screen again? All right, so yeah, that was our easy to use campaign builder. Again, there's quite a bit of functionality in there, so it's really easy just to make a basic email and campaign, or you can make it very detailed as you want. But this is a campaign builder that was really designed for originators, and it's simple to use. So let's talk about pricing. So we're pretty flexible on pricing. Again, no setup fees, no professional services fees, no training fees, no technical support fees. Our agreements are month to month, cancel anytime. Each originator that gets a premium license has the choice of entering their own credit card and paying for their own account, or we can bill the company's credit card. Maybe the company wants to pay for 3 LOs. They can still give the other 3 LOs the opportunity to pay for their own account. So mix and match however you want to do it. So we're the only mortgage-specific contact relationship automation platform in the industry. Simple and cost-effective. Aduvo was created to get you more loans and more realtor contacts. We had fresh, high-quality content every month, and we have an out-of-the-box integration with all the major loan software companies. One important thing that is important, you may be thinking is, well, what do we do with your data if you're going to let us, basically sync your data with the Aduvo? If anyone has ever had to perform due diligence with a key vendor that stores non-public information, you might want to know the 2 most important items to consider is if that company has their SOC 1 and SOC 2 certificate. When we have banks that use Aduvo. When we get an FDIC bank using Aduvo, that's their main requirements. Do you have a SOC 1, SOC 2? If you've never heard that term before, a SOC 1 means that a team of accountants comes in and audits our financials each year just to make sure we're financially stable. And the more important one is the SOC 2. SOC 2 means that we adhere to the strictest data privacy standards. We get audited once a year by an independent organization called the AICPA, which means our employees get background checks. Our cybersecurity infrastructure meets very strict standards, and that we never sell your data or use your data in any way. So what's next? From here, you can go to our website, aduvo.com, and sign up for a free trial. We currently have a promotion ending January 1st. We're extending our 14-day free trial to 60-day free trial. If you're not ready for a trial and you just want to learn more, just give us a call or go to our website and click Contact Us. We're also going to be sending an email tomorrow with a link to start a trial or just book a consultation. We'll be happy to walk you through the portal and answer any questions you might have. If you're interested in Aduvo, but you're not really the decision maker at your company, we have a page on our website called Empower Your Team. And that was created for the decision makers. It really boils down all the best parts of Aduvo into a really simple, straightforward page for your decision maker. And we'll also include a link to that page in that follow-up email as well. So that concludes our webinar. I appreciate you all joining us today, and I'd like to thank NAM for putting on this webinar. We will keep the Q&A session going for as long as we need to and ensure all those questions are answered. Go ahead and post those questions if you want to. Otherwise, we'd love to talk to you, so give us a call or send us an email. We'll leave this page up so you have our contact info, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.